This is a program where Nicole and I and Adele and Charlotte, like everyone who's a part of this, we're here to support you. It isn't just you sign up and you're like off to listen to all this stuff and we're not here. Like we're here holding your hand. And I will say, I know that Adele will probably echo this as well, is that the community aspect of this program is like nothing else you will find in the women's health space. It is truly a community. It is truly a sisterhood, and everyone is here to support you on your business building journey, because we all know that this work is needed in the world now more than ever.
Really, what I'm interested in doing in terms of this course and what we've been done before is really just reassuring you that everything you need to be successful in this sort of industry, you will get on this course. You don't need to do endless hours of training, spend thousands of pounds or dollars on this specialist training. Everything you need is here, and you can do it right at the gate if the motivation is there. And like when we do the clinical practice stuff and look at all the case studies, the way I will talk you through it will show you that you don't have to, you know, have all of this specialist training, and it's all here, and you can help women. You can make a huge difference very, very quickly with just a few little tools. You know, I do it every single day.
I'm not a coach, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a naturopath. I am literally trained by Nicole under the beautiful watchful eye of Molly as well, with all the business support and all of the mindset stuff that came along with the program. And it changed everything for me. In 18 months, my entire business is completely different. I have a really thriving clinic, which I run online. I also have an in-person clinic now with a GP. I've created a niche within the women's health world, and that is all due to being on this program. So it has been a real privilege for me to be part of this. And I feel like I'm still just even getting started with it. It feels so exciting, all the different routes that I can go down.
What I have found over all the time that I've been supporting women in building their businesses, mindset is huge. And it's usually the thing that holds us back the most is fear of being seen, fear of what people are going to think, fear of not knowing enough. And we really want to give you the structure and the strategy and the mindset tools in order to help you overcome that, so you can get your work into the hands of the people who need it.
I'm going to take you onto real deep information, going through a client or a patient and from their kind of presenting complaint from the first minute they walk in the door to what I do with them in follow-up appointments. So a lot of them will have several follow-up appointments that will have the initial case, what's going on with this patient, looking at what the symptoms are, looking at what we need to be doing to, in the first instance, the kind of first step approach, and then make some changes and suggestions, what I've suggested to them when it comes to supplements, when it comes to lifestyle changes, when it comes to diet. We'll then see what happens with them. So we'll go through their journey. We'll see what happens through them from that point to their follow-on appointment. We'll go through that follow-on appointment and do the same things. We'll go through each appointment so you can see like what a real life patient looks like when you follow them on their journey.
There's a lot on the internet that tells you that there's this one size fits all business structure. And if you can just, put all the pieces together and match their format, that somehow that's going to bring you success. And what we find a lot of times is it doesn't work. And so we really want to teach you how to build a business that works for you, because as a stay-at-home mom of 4, what works for me and might work for someone else is going to be completely different. My personality and how I like to deliver content is going to be different than Nicole. And you'll see that throughout the program. So I love just to support you and giving you the coaching, the inspiration, the tools, and the strategy for you to either build your business from ground zero or to take your business to the next level. Because this mindset piece and overcoming your fears and really becoming who you're meant to be in your business and in the world, I feel like is so important. And that's going to be unique for each and every one of us.
Just blow my mind. You don't have to have this massive Instagram account or all of these things that we've been conditioned to think that we need. This has purely been, I've learned what Nicole taught me. I knew the information I was given was correct, and that gave me the confidence to then ripple that information out and attract other women in, because they don't have this information. Like Charlotte said, women aren't given this information and they need it.
It's a case of what you'll learn here is actually this isn't that daunting, and whatever comes your way, you can handle it. It's at you'll have the confidence and the knowledge that you'll be able to say, even in that moment with a patient, when they ask you something you might not know the answer, or you might not know which way to go, you will know which way to go, but you'll have the tools to be able to say to them, that's really interesting. We'll work on that later, and I'm going to mark that in my notes to address on a late. There'll be ways of talking to patients so that you are able to give them great advice without this sort of, what if I don't know the answer? What if I get it wrong? What if I damage them and their kidney explodes? You're not going to do that. It's completely fine. And I'm hoping that with each of these case study calls, you'll see things that come up and how we can address them. And I think that's super important, because you don't really get that with a lot of other courses.
So through these calls, you're going to get laser coaching, journaling exercises, interactive teachings. You're going to learn how Nicole and I both built our businesses in different ways and how we found success based on building our businesses, based on our personality, passions, and lifestyle. And you're going to get the inspiration, the education, and the strategy in order to help you do that.
So I'm here just basically to fully support you. So I will meet with everybody, I say meet virtually, through WhatsApp, and just connect with you all and just be here to support you with anything that comes up. So the things in the WhatsApp group, there might become themes that are coming up around particular modules, or starting to think about, how am I going to implement this in my business and what am I going to do with it? So what we do is then create these spaces on the calls to individualize the support that's coming up for the community as we go through the program. And each year we'll throw up something different. So it's about really hearing what you need on this journey, and then having the space to be able to respond to that, so we can really deep dive into some of these areas that you want to expand on. So that's kind of my role, is to be here to just hold that space for you and offer that support as somebody who's been through the program fairly recently and been able to do some really amazing things with it.
Take a moment today or over the next 24 hours and just go, what is it that you want for yourself? Do you want to do this work? Is this something that you're passionate about? And it might seem like you don't know how you're going to get to the business that maybe you have pictured in your head. Maybe you have a big dream. But this may be the first step for you. And if it is, then, to take that bold action, that courageous action to sign up. If it's not, then that, like Nicole said, that's okay too. But it's sometimes when we want something, there's a whole bunch of reasons that we can say, that this isn't the right time, and sometimes it's not the right time, but often it might just be fear. And you're standing on the edge of something, like, are you going to go for it? And I find that those big choices, when in your heart, like your heart's beating, you're like, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do, to take that action, and that we will be here to support you every step of the way. And I know I've already said this, but I have not seen another program online that offers the amount of personal support from the person leading it. And that being Nicole. Like, Nicole is truly with you every step of the way.